Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking that stack of source material you shared and really doing a forensic examination on the marketing behind a product that's got a lot of buzz. The Noluria Beef Tallow Honey Balm.
Yeah, it's quite the product.
We're aiming to cut through that buzz, see what's real.
It is an interesting one. I mean, the basic idea sounds pretty compelling, right? They use these, well, almost old-fashioned ingredients. Grass-fed beef tallow, olive oil, raw honey, essential oils.
Right, things people recognize.
Exactly. But then they claim these huge modern results. Deep hydration, better elasticity, fewer signs of aging, and, safe for basically everyone, even sensitive or acne-prone skin.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that. So our mission here is really to see if the evidence stacks up against those claims, or if maybe the marketing is the star ingredient. Where did the trail first go cold when you looked into verifying this?
Well, it went cold almost immediately, right at the start with their claims about credibility. Noluria says it's been featured in big names, Vogue, Forbes, Cosmopolitan, Esquire.
Whoa.
The heavy hitters.
Okay, that sounds impressive.
It sounds impressive. But the research in your sources, it dug deep and found absolutely zero proof. No articles linked, no mentions found, nothing.
Seriously?
Nothing.
Nothing. And look, if you've really been featured in Forbes, you shout about it, right? You link to it. You don't just mention it vaguely. Here, the claim just hangs there, totally unsupported.
That's a pretty big red flag right out of the gate, just on the words they use. But,
yeah.
Okay, words are one. Here's where it got really interesting for me. The pictures.
Ah, the visuals.
Yeah, those dramatic before and after shots on their website, the ones that are supposed to make you think, wow, instant results.
Let me guess.
A quick reverse image search showed they were just copied, lifted straight from other totally unrelated websites.
Wait, they didn't even use their own product photos. They just took stock images or images from somewhere else entirely.
It seems like it. Copied them straight up. Wow, okay, that's not just lazy. That suggests, well, maybe they don't have confidence that their own balm produces those kinds of results. That's a fundamental failure of proof.
Exactly my thought. And speaking of shaky proof, let's talk about their statistics. Noluria leans heavily on these numbers that sound really scientific.
Oh yeah, the percentages.
Like 96% of users noticed significant hydration. 91% saw improved texture or elasticity. 89% reported less irritation, fewer eczema flare-ups.
Right, and what's sort of clever or maybe deceptive is how specific they are. Why 96%, not just over 90%. That precision makes it feel like, real data.
But is it?
Well, that's the thing. We have no information about any study. No method described, no sample size given, no clue who these users even were without any of that context.
They're just numbers.
They're just numbers, pulled out of thin air, basically, just to sound good in the marketing copy. Promotional noise.
It does make you wonder why they'd even risk such specific numbers if they're easily questioned. Wouldn't a vaguer claim be safer? Anyway, moving past the claims, the actual buying process, that also felt a bit off.
How so?
Well, it uses all the classic high-pressure tactics. You see countdown timers ticking away, big claims like save up to 50% off the #1 best-selling balm label, that classic buy one, get one free deal.
Ah, the usual suspects, creating urgency.
Exactly. It just feels like it's screaming, buy now, don't stop to think too hard.
And that brings us to kind of the last piece of this puzzle, which reinforces that whole manufactured hype idea, the lack of independent feedback.
You mean reviews?
Yeah. So on their own website, naturally, every single review is just glowing, 5 stars across the board,
Yeah.
which, is a bit suspicious in itself.
Perfect scores always are, yeah.
But when you step outside their bubble, look for reviews on independent places like Trustpilot, or even just discussions on Reddit. Your sources found nothing. Silence.
No real customer conversations happening anywhere else.
Apparently not. No independent confirmation, no neutral experiences, certainly no critical feedback being discussed anywhere reliable. It's like the product only exists in its own marketing echo chamber.
So let's pull this together. What does it all mean? The source material basically paints a picture, a consistent pattern, really. You've got unverified press claims, possibly faked photos, stats with no backup, aggressive sales tactics, and then this total absence of genuine external feedback.
It definitely suggests the marketing department is working very, very hard, maybe to cover for a product that doesn't quite live up to the hype on its own.
Yeah, it seems that way.
And this really raises a crucial point for you, the listener. How important critical thinking is when you're looking at products pushed this heavily with promotional claims. When the evidence, from A to Z, from the media features down to the user stats and reviews, is this questionable, well, Caution is definitely needed.
Absolutely. And maybe building on that, here's something to think about. How much weight should you really give to social proof, like testimonials or claim statistics, when the proof itself feels so flimsy and easily faked?
That's the million-dollar question.
Indeed. Thanks for digging into this with us today.